Hello and welcome. This is Speaking from Water, episode 35. I'm with a legendary surfer, skateboarder, motocross rider, all around street fighter, professional MMA killer, Brennan Ward. Welcome to the show, my friend. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you? Thanks for having me, man.
Dude, so epic to have you on the show today. You come to me with extreme high regard. Everyone who's been speaking with me about like this interview is like, dude, this guy is a legendary fella. He's like the best. So thank you for taking the time out of your day. I know you're extremely busy right now. What's happening? How are you doing in this moment?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just at work, it's grinding away. You know how it is, brother.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So our I want to start in the water if we can, man. Like you've been doing so many extreme things in your life, but you're a surfer. How did you get into surfing?
Surfing as a kid, a friend of mine, Zach Zaneski, we were real close family friends with those guys, and I go on. I was probably Hey, can you hear me, by the way? I just switched to Bluetooth. You got me?
Yeah, bro. You're here. You're coming in way clear.
Oh, way fucking better. Sorry. Yeah, my phone's jacked up. Yeah, no, I was like 10, maybe younger. Yeah, probably around 10 or so. I started surfing, and yeah, it's off and running since then.
And what's your dream wave? What kind of waves are you liking yourself in?
Dude, I love beach breaks. I try not to even surf anything but beach breaks. My boy Rob Jones, he owns a drift surf shop up in Rhode Island. He's always surfing Point Judith, up in Gansett area. He's always surfing Point Judith, the Lighthouse, these mushy point breaks. Dude, I want fast beach breaks. A couple pump, get up, pump, jump, or pump. Like try to like pack the short break, get a barrel.
Yeah. So the waves up in your region are like that. They're super punchy, super fast.
Yeah, they're fast, man. Dude, we got fast. People sleep on New England, the Northeast. Like, look at New Jersey a couple weeks ago. Dude, that's every winter. The waves are gnarly here. It's crazy. Like those short breaks, like when I spent a lot of time in California surfing, it's a lot different on the East Coast, a lot different, especially the Northeast,
Yeah. Last week we talked with Garage McCade, and he was like, I want to get to New Jersey. Like, I was like, where in the world do you want to go? He's like, New Jersey. And I'm saying, wow, man, of all the places, like you guys are really getting your reps in right now across the globe. Tell me your favorite spots up there. Like where you're in Connecticut, you're born and raised in Connecticut. And I'm looking at the map, and it looks like, there's like the Hamptons that are kind of covering up your local beaches there. Where are the beaches you go to when it's time to shred?
So I'm from New London, so like, which is southeastern Connecticut. We're right next to. I'm right next to Rhode Island. So, that being said, when we like got our license and all that, 16, the closest spot for us was Misquamicut, right in Westerly, Rhode Island, and I've been surfing the same spot there since I was a kid. It's close. It's like 20 minutes from my house. It's good. It's good. It's fun, and in and out. It's quick, man. You can get real quick, good sessions with beach breaks like that because you're not paddling. You catch a wave on a point. Dude, I'll catch, it is. You catch 10, 20 waves, in a couple hours, like good, fun waves because there's no paddle out time. You're off the beach. Dude, you're fucking, you're 40 yards off the beach and you're getting bombers,
Tell us a little bit about the surfing culture up there. It seems it seems very close knit and amongst a sea of populace. Like you guys have so many people up there, but your surfing community seems really tight knit. Tell us a little bit about that.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty tight. It's tight knit, man. It's a small area, like think about how big, like, say, I always, I say California because that's, the only other state I spent a significant amount of time in, and but it's huge. Like, like where I'm at, and like out to the Hamptons, like you're saying, Long Beach. I got friends in Montauk. Every like who the good surfers are. Like who they are around here. You know what I'm saying? And some of my boys are really good. Even guys, I'm gonna be 36 this year, and but I've been, I've been going out to Montauk for a long time, been going out to Long Island, and so the good guys, it's good, it's cool, man. It's nice because I can go out there, I can just call up my friends in Montauk and go out there, hey, what's up, and go surf for a while or do whatever. It's good, man. It's a nice, tight, close community, like you said.
And you've spent some time in California. What kind of time do you spend there? How did you like your surfing there? Were you training? What was that situation like?
I mean, I was supposed to be doing a lot more training than I was doing, but I was just kind of surfing and partying a little bit back. This is in my old days, but yeah, I was in Huntington Beach, so a lot different than the East Coast. I'll never, like, I was on the north side of the pier one of my first time surfing out there, and it was a long, mushy wave, but dude, this thing, like, I'm pumping, cutting back, pumping, it like reforms on the inside. It's different. We don't have waves like that back home. It's fast here. It's fast. You got to be fast to your feet. You got to be fast down the line. It's a hustle. You got to hustle, dude. That's why I think, so you got a kid like Ballroom Stack. Look how good he's been doing on the North Shore. Like, look how good he does at Pipeline. I'm not saying that what we have is as gnarly as Pipeline, but these are consequential waves that we have around here in the wintertime. That's why a kid like Bal, he's from New York, he's from Long Beach. That kid's having success in Hawaii. Not these point breaks. He's not doing, I'm sure he'll do well anyways, but that's not where he's shining. He's shining at Pipeline because that's how you have to surf here too. That's how you have to surf, like you surf pipe. Get to your feet and get down the line and get in that barrel. You're gonna get slammed. That's how it is here too,
Yeah, super quick to the feet and just pitching, just heaving waves. So you also have a guy out your way, Will Scudin, who does,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
oh,
he's towing all over the world. I remember running to him. He was super young. This is 2006, and he's sitting just studying Sunset Beach. And ever since then, he's just been killing it. So you guys definitely have the people.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot. There's countless. There's a lot of guys from New Jersey up through New England. There's a lot of good guys.
So the Hui is one of your main sponsors. They've been with you for a long time. Tell me a bit about how you formed that relationship with that team out there, because they are hard, heavy, and they go along with your ethos too. Like, you guys are like two puzzle pieces, but you're on the East Coast, they're in Hawaii. How did you get up with the Godfather Eddie and Eddie Rothman, and what's the nature of your relationship?
Yeah, so I got linked up with them through Dave Thomas, who's like he's my manager, TNT management, and but he's like a brother, father, friend, all combined, all twisted into one. So he's real tight with with Eddie Rothman out there. So I was introduced to them, through Dave. Then like you said, man, like the MMA culture and the surfing culture, especially on the North Shore, it's hardcore. So it's like real recognized real type deal where they're like, all right, this guy surfs, this guy fights hard, then, and he's cool and he's down with us, and it's more of like a friendship than a sponsorship. You know what I mean? I rep those guys because I love what they stand for. They like what I stand for. It's just a good. You got me?
Yeah, you broke up for a second.
Sorry, brother.
No worries. You were saying they know what you stand for, and you know what they stand for.
Yeah. So like I said, it's like it's almost more of like a friendship than a sponsorship. Of course, I got their logos on my shit. They're always sending me gear. It's great. It's good, man. It's good. I'm proud as hell to to be, welcome to represent that company. You know what I'm saying? So
Sick. And you're also on the Monster team, and I've heard that they were really helpful with you during your hard times. Tell us a little bit about the people at Monster and how the love you have for them.
yeah, I mean, I could talk all day about my relationship with Monster, in Hans Molenkamp, in Cody Dresser and those guys. They just, it's, to me, having like being on a team like that with with those caliber of not only MMA athletes, but these are world class, dude, man, so I happen to be good at MMA. I can make some money fighting, but these are some of the best athletes in the world. The skateboarders, the snowboarders, the surfers, the motocross guys. I mean, it is, so to be a part of that brand, to me, it's like my whole life. It's like it embodies that brand embodies my life. I do all of that, and I get to be associated with elite company, like across the board. Like I'm on the same brand as Nigel Houston. You know what I'm saying? Sven Torsen, like some of the best dudes in the world, all across the board. Fucking Strickland. Look at the guys that are on that brand. I take a lot of pride in being on this team. A lot of pride,
So hard, and the love is deep. I wanna go to the ethos of your culture. Your dad is he's a fighter himself. He had the gym at an early age. You started going there as a kid, seeing the boxing. How did that affect your early years? And what was that like?
I mean, I was never super into fighting or boxing. I started doing judo real young. I'm sure the history's out there. I started doing judo young. I started wrestling young. I always messed around boxing, like nothing serious. I had I have an amateur record. Had some amateur fights, but yeah, my dad. I mean, it was, he had it wasn't just a boxing gym. He'd have my dad. He had like the hardcore, like the strong men were in his old gyms. All like the hardcore weightlifters, 80s, 90s dudes, jacked, strong mofos were in that gym. So nasty boxers were in that gym. So I kind of just came up. He wasn't like, oh, you're gonna be a boxer, son. Like, it was like, yo, like I grew up hanging out around the gym, hanging out around dudes that did that. So it wasn't like this. It was always like at my disposal. So like I didn't take to it super competitively, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But it was like something I did. It was just like another part, like a regular part of my day. Go to the gym after work, go to the gym before school, go to the gym after school, hang out. He wasn't pushy. My dad was not pushy. Whatever we wanted to do, he had our back. Whatever we wanted, he wouldn't push us to do anything.
That's some great parenting advice in general. And we talked about the surfing, but you're also a really accomplished skateboarder. You can skateboard well. You also, I've heard, played all the sports. You played baseball. How was that then? You focused on these things. How did you become so proficient? And then what got you into the fighting? What then got you into the college wrestling?
I mean, dude, we like in my family, you played sports, like you played a sport every season. That's just like what we did. That's how. It's more my mom than my dad, honestly. And people who know me know that. People who know my family know that my mom was the one that kind of steered us into like more like the organized sports. And we're just good. We got that. I'm not like boasting or bragging. I'm just calling it like it is. Like we have that athletic gene in my family. Like my sisters are phenomenal athletes, but my older sister is a great soccer player. My younger sister is just got inducted into like the Hall of Fame of my sister's like one of the best softball players to ever come out of, probably the best to come out of our area. You know what I mean? Yeah, so like sports is what we did. And my friends played sports and we rode BMX and we skated and dude, we were busy. We were so busy. And I think that's just kind of how that was just normal to us growing up, man. You'd have baseball practice, you'd come home, then we'd get on the bikes and go on the BMX bikes and build, you know, dirt tracks. Dude, we had like legit dirt tracks in the woods. Like if you pull up on it, you'd be like, what is this? Like, dude, like, and that's just like, oh yeah, like that's our new whoop section over there. Try it. Like that's just what we did when we were kids, man. We did it all. We did it all. And I guess it's good now because there's not a sport besides. I'm not good. Basketball is like the sport I can't even fake it. I don't got that basketball. But every other sport, man, like I like to like joke around and break balls. Like I'm the best all around athlete in MMA. Like there's if you gave us like 10 events, 10 sporting events, I guarantee you I'm winning the all around. I guarantee it. Guarantee it.
Yeah, dude. Like I was thinking, I was like, there's probably not a better surfer MMA fighter in the whole thing. And that's why I was like dying to get you on this show. So thank you for joining us again. Your youth, man, like your street fighting was another thing that kind of captivated me doing the research. Like street fighting and organized fighting seem like two sides to different coins. One, you know what's going to happen, and then the other is like spontaneous. You've also said you've got into you can't remember most of the street fights because you've been into so many. So like how do those two worlds collide?
Yeah, I mean, dude, there was a time. There was like I would say from the time I was like I don't know, maybe 16 to probably like when I started drinking. It's like really partying. We were like probably 16 to like 20 until I turned pro fighting. There was like 4 or 5 years, 6 years there, maybe longer. Oh man, yes. There was probably 6, 7 years, man, where we just drank and fought. That's like what we did. We would go out. We wouldn't even like look for girls. We would like go out and just like look to fight. I don't know. I don't know what that was all about. Because I'm not like a mean dude, you know. Like I don't know. We would drink and we would fight. And
so these like rival crews? You know? Are they like rival crews?
I was small. No, dude, I was small, man. I was really small. Oh shit, where am I? What happened? That was you?
I hear you.
Oh, hold up, I got you back. Yeah, so no, I was a small kid. You know, when I was in high school and like my early 20s, dude, I was small. So, you know, here I am. I'd be like talking shit, and like some big dude would be like, "Fuck out of here." I'd be like, "What's up, man?" You know, and they're like, "All right, I'm gonna beat this little kid up real quick," and then I'd throttle him. Like, dude, I got no fight. Not even a fight. I just blast doubled. So, dude, we're in Boston. I was in college. We like drove down, and we were gnarly. We would just get in my truck, and on the way, I was going to school in Vermont. We would just pile into my Durango and like just like go to a random city and just like rage in the city and like sleep in the Durango. We were sick with it, man. Kids don't get down the way that we used to get down. Like it's like doesn't exist anymore. But we're in Boston, man. Now we're like 18, 19, and obviously no IDs. You know what I'm saying? And we're trying to get in this club anyways, and the line is out the fucking door into the street, and the bouncer's like, get this. So I'm trying to like jump the thing, and this bouncer like comes out in the street. This guy was like probably, I'm not kidding, 6'8", but 350, huge. Dude, I wrestled 149 my freshman. I was a freshman in college. Dude, I blast doubled this guy onto his back, like in front of 100 people in line, and everyone's like, yeah, and I was like, woo-hoo! Like it was like just shit like that, man. It was. Dude, I got stories like that for fucking days, man. Like days. I just remembered that. Like while we started talking, you know what I mean?
Oh, crazy. Dude. So do experiences like that, do they build up, and then your first fight, you're you know, at the end of your college career wrestling, you signed with Bellator. How was that first fight with all these you know, outside the ring kind of experiences? Like, do you come with a certain level of
oh, dude, I didn't care. Yo, I didn't give a fuck back then. It was different. Dude, kids are so serious now. Like, I'm seeing all these kids from like my area, like, you know, New England. I call my area New England, you know, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, you know, New York, and whatever. They're so like dialed in. They're like you would think they were like in the UFC like already, like how serious. Dude, I was like fighting in college like for like just for money. We didn't fucking we didn't really train. We just go spar and then like show up with your boys to corner you. It wasn't. I don't know, man. We're just different. We're just gnarly. We're just gnarly. These dudes are everyone's so serious, but yo, and like, I don't know. I'm not gonna shit on people, but because that's your life. To each his own. To each his own. That was just never my style. I stayed true to who I was. I really did, and I really have all these years. I've stayed true to who I am, and like I am who I am. You can love me or you can hate me. Obviously, man. Like I'm still doing well. I'm in good company. Like nobody can tell you I'm like a dickhead, but I'm kind of, dude. I'm rugged, dude. I just used to fight whenever. No training camp, full training camp. I didn't care. I would just scrap. So when I was in college, I'd be like, yeah. Fighting on CES, fighting on the regional circuit, Bellator calls. I'm like, how much? How much? $6,000, dude. I got $6,000 for my first fight in Bellator. I was still in college. 2011, 2012, whenever it was. Dude, 6 G's to a college kid. I was like, yo, this is it. Yo, we rich forever, dog. Like, we made it. you know.
What did you do when you first got that check?
Dude, I bought. Ask my boy. Dude. I'll call my boys right now, the Gorilla brothers, man. I rolled into the snowboard shop, and I actually still have the snowboard. I rode it yesterday at a local mountain right by my house. I brought a brand new like snowboarding setup, dude, brand new surfboard. I fucking blew it like in a couple weeks. You know what I'm saying? I bought, dude, because I had ragtag gear. It's not that like I couldn't like afford gear, like my family couldn't afford gear, but my mom's like, that board's still good. You're riding that fucking board. I'm like, Ma, like, I've had this board for like 10 seasons. She'd like buy him tall so like I could grow into the board. You know what I'm saying? Dude, as soon as I had dough like that, boom, brand new canoe. Wait, right here. This is the board. Yo, right here. I bought this board right here with my first Bellator check. What? Hell yeah. Yo, that board, these fucking, but look at, there's a skateboard truck attached to it right now. What are the chances?
Dude,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's that shit right there. You know how I get down, G.
Dude. So are you born this way, or do you learn this in your environment, or is it a combination? This is a nature nurture question. I want to get to the heart, because dude, it seems like everything you get into, you're super extreme. You're like the extremist.
Yeah. It's nature. It's in my nature. It's in my nature. I don't know, dude, but my mom was so hardcore. Like, is this my job? Fucking guy. Hey, can I answer a call real quick or no?
Yeah. Take it. I'm holding. Go. Yeah.
All right. Hold up. I'm just gonna text this fool. Be like, dude, I'm on the phone.
Yeah, dude. Do what you need to do.
All right, he'll figure it out. That's my oh my God.
And why we have this this moment here? How many minutes do we have? Because it looks like you're at work, so I don't want to like. Hold up. Check. Check.
Yeah.
Now we got you.
With my boy.
You're back.
You got me?
Now I got you.
Yeah. I had. Yeah. Yeah. So what we were saying about being extreme. My mom was hardcore, dude. Like, my mom's a nasty skier. She was like really good. She's still good. She's 65. She can rip still. Her knees are a little messed up. But so like when we were kids, bro, like we'd show up at the mountain. If it was raining out, we wore like garbage bags, dude. Like we skied. Like, you're going to soccer practice. You're getting on this. You're going. Like, oh, I'm a little sick. You're going to judo. Like, she was hardcore. Like camping, dude. Like, she had us on the go all the time. So I think it's in my nature, and we learned that from my parents. You know what I mean?
Yes. And how many brothers and sisters do you have, or siblings?
Younger sister, older sister.
And your mom was the stay-at-home mom who like kept you all under wraps?
No, dude. No, my mom
worked.
My mom was a gym teacher. My mom was a phys ed teacher. Yo, we were in daycare, dude. We were daycare kids, ripping it up, hanging out with the older kids. Dude, I got my teeth. These are smashed out again. I got another set of teeth smashed out in the swings. Like, dude, I used to follow the older kids up to the tree forts. We were daycare kids, man. Like, my mom's going back to work. Like, yo, my dad worked fucking sometimes 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. My mom was a full-time work. Dude, it was like business. My house was gnarly. My house was gnarly. But, yo, I credit the way I was brought up to why I'm still, like, on the scene. At 36 years old, dude, I'm still hanging with the young bucks after I did drugs for like 10 years and went to jail and went to rehab 100 times, had some kids, came back. Dude, I'm a full-time welder, construction worker. Look at my shit. And I'm still on the scene because, dude, I'm like a hardcore guy. That's why, yo, like, I always have a job. I'm always working. Dudes are hitting me up. Hey, man, is there work right now? I'm like, yo, there's work if you're a beast, but you're a fucking pussy. So, no, there's no work for you. Like, you got to be, yo, you got to be about it in every sense. You got to just be about it. That's why Bellator, like, man, like, if, like, the dirty secrets, not the dirty secrets, but, like, if my real, like, how many times I pulled out of fights and, like, didn't perform well and, like, fucking came up, like, dude, they were probably like, this fucking kid, you know, like, dude, and they signed me back. Like, yo, because they know I'm coming with it, dude. You're not going to get, you know what you're getting, man. You got to have a dude like me around. You got to have a guy like me. You know, I hate to say it, but you do, you know?
Yeah, and just for some context for the listeners out there who don't
Yeah.
know your story, like you right now are on a massive comeback, and to
Yeah.
you, it's well known throughout the media those who know you went through the gates of hell. You went through hell. You had you started, you know, sampling the opioids late in college, and then through your career you were on it, and then it hit the skids in 2017. Like my question here is, how did you fight at such a high level while on the dope?
I mean, again, just because I'm, you know, fucking hardcore shit, dude. Like, I didn't care. It didn't phase me. I didn't care that I was fucked up on dope. I'm like, yo, whatever. We're fighting anyways. It's just what I do. Get high and fight. Like, it's. I don't know, man. I got that. I really haven't met too many other people like me. You know what I'm saying? That just don't. You know, and I have found a couple not as extreme as me and not in maybe my exact world, but like these two kids I work for, these two brothers. You know, I'm always breaking balls about Albert on my Instagram. You know, he's, you know, they're the owners of my company. They're young kids, dude. You know, it's a big family company or a small family company. I said, but we're a union company, and dude, they're hardcore. They're fucking, no matter what the job is. Like, you should see some shit I just fucking welded up at the shop. Like, because they come up with crazy ideas and they just do it. Like, get it done. We get shit done, man. And I'm attracted to people who are like, fuck it, this is gonna suck, but let's go do it. Like, yeah, fighting on dope and having a habit was shitty, but it was just what you do. I had to do it. You know, I don't know, man. It's in my nature, I suppose. You know.
When you were at the depths of your shit and then you were coming out of it, did getting into, like, were you already a welder, or did the welding find you afterwards? When did the hard work ethic come?
I was fucked up. I was fucked up. The whole time I was doing everything. I was fucked up for, like, you know, 10, 12 years. So anything I was doing in those 10, 12 years, I was doing fucked up. You know, so yeah, I mean, yo, work was honestly a place for me to hide and get more fucked up when I was welding. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a better place because I'm at work, especially if I was on a job where I was working 12 hours a day. Dude, you could, like, hide. No one cares. No one cares. As long as you're not hurting people or getting hurt. Hey, man, you can fly under the radar, you know? So, yeah.
So when did there was a period when you were only fighting and not working. When did you start working and getting into the work culture?
When I was what? There was a time when I was what?
You were only training for a period, I believe, and then you got into the work culture. When was that transition?
Yeah, I probably just trained for, like, I don't know, maybe probably probably 2014. Yeah, probably 2014, 15. Probably for like 3 years. You know what I'm saying? I just trained. I can't believe I went that long just training because I wasn't even training. I wasn't. I was just partying. You know, I was just fucking I was just up to no good in those 3 years, man. And probably, and I got serious about my job when I was gonna quit fighting. I got real serious. I probably got real serious about work like in 2016 ish. You know, because I didn't want to fight anymore. And I'm not gonna get crazy into it because I'll talk forever about it. But it was one of those things where I should have just been. I wanted to fight, I wanted to train, I wanted to be the fighter, and I wanted to live that life. But I couldn't do it because I was too high, and I was so wrapped up in that life that I was just like, I don't want to fight anymore. I'm quitting. I'm just gonna go back to work. It was just easier for me to do drugs and work than it was for me to get clean and train. You know what I'm saying, dude? I probably could have. People are like, oh man, if you never fell off, imagine what you could have done. I'm like, yeah, probably. Like maybe not. You know what I'm saying? Who knows, dude? That's just a crazy sport. It could have done me. I could have done better. It could have done worse. But it is what it is, man. I ain't looking back. I'm good now. Better later than never. And I'm in good shape still, man. I'm still fast. I'm still strong. I'm still explosive. I think I got shit. I'm 30. I'll be 36. In the summertime, I got probably 3-4 years left. Like before I even started slowing down.
Yeah, and watching the fights from the previous 12 months, man, you seem as powerful as you did back from the old tape. How do you feel right now? What is your body like at this age? Do you feel smarter? Where are you at?
Yeah. I mean, it's no secret now that I tore my bicep tendon and the UCL ligament in my elbow before I fought Logan. Like before that but 3 weeks before the fight, I tore my shit. And it was too late to pull out. I'm not gonna fucking bag the main event like that. No way. I wasn't gonna do that to Bellator. I wasn't gonna do that to myself, not to Logan. Like I had already taken 2 months off of work, so I fought anyways. And it got a little worse out there, obviously. But it's healing up, man, and I'm ready to start a fight camp. I'm pretty much I work out before work. I train a couple days after work. My job itself is super physical. I'm in good shape, man. I'm ready to start. I'm ready to start. I'm waiting for a date. I almost got on a card in February, but I don't know how much I can divulge about that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. No need to say anything you don't need to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where is the elbow like? Like how's the healing coming?
It's good. I'm good to go. I'm good. I'm ready to. It's healed up. So I'm ready to rock. I'm back to 100%. Pretty close to it.
What's your day like? Like you wake up, you go to the gym. What's your kind of schedule?
Just wake up, go to the gym, go to work, come home, get bombarded by the kids, hang out, and then go train again some nights. You know what I'm saying? It's hectic. But it's kind of what keeps me on the straight and narrow. So it's all good,
Now your job is, you've said your job is so physical, it's almost like training in itself. Is your camp life more I guess guided, or do you view them as kind of like the same thing?
What if I'm training for a fight?
Well, like your camp, like what's a camp look like?
Scheduled, like say I was gonna fight in March. Let's just say March, for example. Like I'll stop working 2 months out from the fight and just train. You know what I mean? Like I won't work construction. I'll take some time off from the job and I'll just concentrate on beating whoever I got to beat.
And what do you do in your brain to do that? Like, are you kind of just like whoever they bring at me, I'm gonna bring the pain, or how do you analyze the fighter?
Nope. Same game plan. I just go out fast and hard, try to finish. You know,
Now,
doesn't matter who it is.
and your style is that you come with so much power with your hands, and you're fast. And your background from the beginning was wrestling. How do the two combo, and what do you like more?
I mean, I like to stand and bang. That's like my thing. You know, I'm a crowd pleaser too. You know, I want to put on a show. Sometimes putting on a show means more to me than winning. You know, um, yeah. So I mean, I can wrestle. I can wrestle. Like my last fight, if my elbow was straight, I don't think I was getting taken down by that kid. I would love to fight him again. I don't think it's gonna happen though. I don't think I'll ever fight that kid again, but I would love to. I just don't think it's gonna line up. I think now that we're under the PFL, I think he's gonna start having some issues. You know what I mean?
And now, what does that mean? What does that mean exactly? Like,
dude, he was a matter of time before I knocked him out. You know, he's a great kid, great, unbelievable wrestler, unbelievable.
You're talking about Logan.
Yeah, yep, Logan, yep. Talking about Logan. So,
and the fight before that was with what was his name? Hamosi, right?
Yeah, yep.
All right, going into that fight, you must have been just on another level of mentality, because you're clean, you're coming out of it, and it's on CBS.
I was into that fight. I was into it.
And it showed. Like tell us about that fight. Tell us how you were going into that, and contrast it.
You know, it was just a lot. It was a big fight, man. It was a big fight. The CBS thing was a big deal, and it was a big card, and it was a major, and it was like my first big fight back, and you know, everything was going right, and I was really I'm a mental guy. I got to be into it. Like with the Logan fight, I had a couple other things going on too in my life, and I wasn't into it. I wasn't into it the whole time, even before I got hurt. I just wasn't into it. I did like a long kind of weird camp, you know. I had a brand new baby. My baby was just born. You know what I'm saying? Like I had two little teeny kids. It was hard. I had a lot of other shit going on. I was stressed out in a lot of other areas of my life, and it showed. You know, right now, I got the same feeling I had before I fought Sabah, where I'm like really into it. In Sabah, it was a fight where I was like, you know what? Win or lose, I'm going to go out there, have fun, and throw down with this dude. With Logan, and it was like a toss-up with Sabah, because we had the same style. I'm like, yo, he could knock me out, or I could knock him out. Like, it's not – with Logan, I put a lot of pressure on myself too, and I wasn't even – because I was like, there's no way I'm losing to this guy. I cannot lose to a guy with hands like that. I can't. I'm not going to do it. So I put a lot of pressure on myself. He was the number one contender. I was like, dude, if I beat him, I'll get a title shot. And I didn't really want a title shot. I don't know. I was in a weird place. But now I'm back. Like, dude, I'm ready to go. Like, my next fight is going to be, I guarantee it, is going to be so nasty. Nasty.
And how much of a control do you as the fighter have about that, or do they just come to you? Are you, how does this world work?
Yeah, a little it's different. It's different. Once again, it's like I have a different relationship with Bellator than a lot of guys have. You know, and yeah, they're good. They're real good to me, and so sometimes I got some say and sometimes I don't, you know.
And do you watch these people that are so-called ranked ahead of you, or are you just ready to get one of them? You're just doing you.
Doing me. I'm not changing now, bro. I'm not changing now. You know, I'm not changing now.
In the past, you said your trip to Japan was one of the highlights of your career. Do you still say that, or would you say your CBS debut a year ago would be higher than that?
Nah, dude. I think Japan's gonna have it. Japan's gonna top it forever. Japan is it for that Ryzen fight. That's like the number one moment, like forever in my career. Unless something else, I can't see anything else being that crazy. like Ryzen's first fight back. Ryzen won New Year's Eve, Tokyo. Like, the Saitama Super Arena. Like, dude, give me a break. It still doesn't feel like I did that. You know what I mean?
Can you bring us there? Can you tell us a little story about that trip?
Oh man, I mean, I was at a I was, dude, I was in rough shape that trip, so there was nothing really good about it. Besides that, I won. You know,
Well, how do
I
you that's my mystery. Like, how do you win? You've said that you were almost out. You're almost begging for the ref to call it, and then you rose up out of nowhere. Like, you're dope sick. Like, how did you do
yeah,
that?
yeah. Well, so I had fought like 8 weeks before that, like literally 8 weeks before. I fought like on Halloween or like the day, I don't know. It was like 7 or 8 or 9 weeks before New Year's Eve. You just look at your calendar and you'll know, like close. And so like I was kind of scheduled. I think I was scheduled to fight in Ryzen before I fought on around Halloween, and I got cut real bad. So it was like on the fence if I was gonna fight, and then like the fight was off and it was on and it was off, and I was just like partying, dude, like I do after every fight, or I did after every fight, doing perks, drinking, doing perks and drinking, and my manager's like, no, it's on, dude, like you're gone, like we're gone. I'm like, all right, next week I'm gonna get serious. All right, next week I'm gonna get serious. And then it was like 3 weeks out, and I was like, fuck it. I was like, I'm not stopping now. I was like, I'm just gonna, just run this thing right to Tokyo, bring a bunch of drugs with me, and we'll be good. And then on Christmas Day, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna go over there. I was like, I was with a really good friend of mine. I was like, let me not. I'm a good friend and coach, and I was like, let me see if I. And I wasn't. I was only back on, guys who know opiates. I was only back on for, I don't know, like heavy for like a month or so. So long enough to not feel good, tell you that. Long enough to not feel good. But I wasn't like, you know, crazy. I've been way worse. Obviously, way worse. But yeah, it was terrible. And the worst part about that is the mental. Is like that depression and like the anxiety coming off those fucking opiates. So I was off for like, I don't know, 5 or 6 days, before New Year's Eve. And it was terrible, man. It was terrible. And yeah, I was getting kneed in the head on the ground, and I was kind of out of nowhere. I don't remember. I can't lie to you. I don't remember why I didn't get stopped or what, dude. That whole trip's a blur. I had bad concussions, you know what I mean? But on paper, it was a good trip. You know what I'm saying? So
Talking about concussions and damage to the head, I'm I'm not a fighter, but I've secured a few head blows in my day, and I remember every one of them. And I'm watching you out there, dude. Like, how do you do it? How does your head handle it?
I mean, I don't know, dude. It's just what we do. I try not to think about it too much, I guess. I mean, I don't want to get too deep into that either, because I'm still actively fighting.
Yeah, yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
cool.
concussions. Yeah, yeah, concussions are no good, dude. Gotta be careful. I train a lot different now. We used to spar hard when I first, like 2010, 2011, 2012, when we were first getting into it, dude. We sparred hardcore. Well, fuck, way long ago than that. When my dad had the gym down on Bank Street, yeah, it was hard sparring. We don't spar that hard anymore. You try to sustain as little head blows as possible these days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I only got
absolutely.
so I only got so many left. Like a cat with 9 lives, dude. I don't know how many more blows I can take. You know.
Yes. And so how is your season looking ahead? Like, are you what can we see here in the future? Like, when's the next fight? Do you know,
I'm gonna
or
fight soon. I'll be fighting soon. I don't know yet, but I know I'll be fighting soon. I'll be fighting, I would say like March or April. I can't see it being as far away as May. I'm hoping March. I'm hoping the end of March. I'm hoping like 8, 9 weeks out. Like, I'm ready to bust into a camp right now. I'm ready to bust into a camp. I'm ready to go. It's time to go. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting any younger. Like my elbows good. I'm ready to fight, dude. It's time to fight. It's what the fuck it is. It's time to take some time off of work and fight. You know, I'm getting itchy. You know, I'm ready to fight, dude. And they know, and I know that Bellator and PFL. They're like, all right, let's get him on the card. Yeah, let's get him on a card. Get me on a card because you know, throwing down. So.
And how can you not just jump to the UFC, or are you under like a Bellator contract? How does that play?
So I got one more fight left on my contract. Technically, I guess it's with PFL now, you know, since we got bought. But I have one more. I got one more fight, and then whatever happens after that fight, you know, I can either stay with them or go wherever. But honestly, dude, I would love to not go anywhere. I love Bellator. I'm that whole when they sold to PFL, I was, you know, very bittersweet because Bellator, they've been so good to me, so good to me. I wouldn't go, if I had it my way. I'd fight for Bellator forever. Dude. I had never really had an interest in going to the UFC. You know, it's too serious over there.
And being good to you, being good to you, what does that mean exactly?
Oh man, like I said, dude, like more like this. It's just a good relationship. A good treating the way they treat me. A lot, dude. I don't have a bad thing to say about them. I've never had a bad experience ever, you know. And I'm very close to a lot of the higher ups. Like I'm real close. You know, it's like family to me, man. I've been with them so long. You know, I get treated like family. You know, I get treated a little bit different. You know, and they do that for their guys who stuck with them. I started with them. I didn't go nowhere. You know.
So your working life is like a backbone of your life. Like, tell us a little about working culture up in the Northeast with what you do, your people, and what it is that you guys do.
Oh man. So I'm in the carpenters union, but I'm a steel worker. Like, I work with steel. You know, I'm a welder. Um, and we do all kinds of stuff, man. We do dock work. We build docks. You know, we like a lot of different shoring systems, and a lot of stuff that people wouldn't even, if I started using the terminology, people wouldn't even know what I was talking about. You know, we build bridges. Like infrastructure. We do infrastructure. That's what I'm in. Like heavy structural. The infrastructure of this company, of this country, is what I do. You know, we do. We're not out framing houses. You know, we're doing big boy shit. You know, big boy shit. Cranes. I work with cranes every day. Work with giant drill rigs, dude. Shit that'll kill you. Gotta be so careful. Everyone, you gotta be good. You gotta be safe. It's serious shit what I do. Like real serious. Like people die doing what I do. Like on the regular. You know.
And what's the culture like between you guys?
Hard, dude. Hardcore. These are hardcore people. This is like cancer. These is like far right people. You know what I'm saying? Like far right. Like yo, like if you were like some of these young apprentices that are on the job scattered around, dude. They like the way that guys talk. Like this is how guys talked. Like how you remember when you were a kid. 80s, 90s. These dudes are stuck in the 70s, 80s, 90s, dude. Like fucking there's it's hardcore. There's no protecting your feelings. You're getting yelled at. You're yelling at people. There's fights. You know what I'm saying? It's dirty. It's cold, gritty. Dude, it was 12 degrees this morning. Everyone's bundled up and fucking miserable and fucking walking around smoking cigarettes. Fuck you looking at. Like that's what it is, dude. It's fucking gnarly. Like you get smacked right in your head if you're talking shit to someone, you know? Like, hey, man. But I love it. I fit right in.
Yeah, so it takes definitely a certain type. Do you guys have a hard time like getting new recruits, or is it?
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah, dude. It's hard to find dudes that are good that want to do this. It's just, dude, like I would, if I didn't know anything about construction or anything about anything like that, I would like drive by like one of my job sites and be like, what the fuck are those guys doing, dude? Like we're like fucking, we got, I mean, yo, the amount of equipment that we got going, we got massive generators, massive air compressors, we got welding machines, we got excavators, we got drill rigs spinning, grout plants firing grout, fucking turn on the water, like fucking huge water tanks we got to keep full. There's so many moving parts to what we do. It's so hectic and like dirty and rugged. Dude, we've had guys show up and leave like an hour later. Like, nah, man, this ain't for me. This ain't for me. This ain't it. This ain't it, man. Oh fuck. But
So
I don't know anything else. I want to know anything else. This is my shit right here.
Yeah, you're in the union. Like it takes time to get into the union, right? Like you just don't show up and you're in the union. Yeah. So
no scrubs need apply. You know what I'm saying? Dude, we make a good living. We make good money. You support your family. All my boys, dude, we all do. We all own nice houses. We all got nice shit. Like we make good money. We're proud of what we do. Because we're like look what I'm wearing right now, dude. Like look at my dirty, gritty ass shit. I'm all ripped up, dude, burn stains everywhere. Yo, and like people will like see us. Like I'm outside of Moe's right now, about to get a burrito. I'll walk in here. You know, you got people, you got like the business people, they're looking at us, they look at us sideways, like, look at these dirty guys. Like, no, dude, no, like, no, you got us twisted. Like, we're with it. Like, we have a good life. We got good benefits. We make good, dirty hands, clean money. That's what we say. Dirty hands, clean money. And we're proud to rock it like that. We're proud to walk around all grubbed up and fucking knowing that we worked hard all day, dude. Because we got a couple grand. I got a couple G's in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? What's up? We do it right, man. And we take pride in how hard we work, and we take pride in the money that we make doing this, you know?
Yeah. So like down here in the South, there's no unions. And
no, there's not. My girl's always like, let's move to Florida. I'm like, no, no way, dude.
Yeah, do you want to say something about that? The union ethos, like in comparison, like the union, the idea of having a union helping the common good of the workers as opposed to just no union.
Yeah, man, you got it. I mean, and it's not for everybody. I'm not one of those guys like, oh, you're not in the union, you're a scab. Like, no, that just doesn't. That's not what you do. Like, that's not. It does. Maybe this doesn't apply to your life. Like, maybe you know, I don't know your situation, but my situation, you know, dude, because when you go to these massive jobs, when you go to the whole, I don't know, the union's another thing I could talk about for days. So yeah, it's from where I live, the cost of living in the Northeast is expensive. I live in Connecticut. It's one of the most expensive states to live in. You know, dude, we got to make good money because the cost of living is high. You know, and just that union protects you, dude. They make sure that your shit is straight, man. And for dudes like, and think about guys, you know, like, and we have like our forest, dude. We have forced savings, man. We got annuity, we got a pension. I don't touch that shit. You don't touch your shit. All of a sudden you retire and you got fucking $1 million in an annuity and you're taking in $5,000 a month on a pension. What's up? What's so bad about that? You know what I mean? Yeah, you worked hard your whole life, but if you don't mind hard work, and you don't mind getting dirty, making money, dude, then come on over. You know, I got a spot for you. You know,
your job site you were showing the other day on the storyboard is like a very rugged place. You also then work on the water. Are the two places close by, or like you got to travel between them?
Yeah, I mean, like sometimes you got to travel. It depends. It all depends where the work's at. But it's just, I mean, everything's relatively close. I don't ever work more than like an hour from where I live. You know.
Can you give us a?
What's up? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can you give us some beauty that you see on the water? You know, we're a water show. I want to. I've seen.
All kinds of shit, dude. It's, you know how it is, man. You're a water guy. What's not beautiful out there, dude? You know, sunrises, sunsets, out pushing a barge, dude, with your boys, with the grill fired up, man, on tow. It don't, man. I'm like, sometimes like when I'm out there, I sit back. I'm like, dude, I am just one lucky dude to be able to have this right now. Lucky, you know.
Yeah, yeah, you love it. Can you tell us like one of your favorite spots to work?
Dude, anywhere close to home. And like right now, I'm working 2 miles from my house, so it's like, show. I don't even have to wake up crazy early to go to the gym. It's been great. I wake up crazy early anyways, but that's good. Anywhere close to home is good. Anywhere close to home.
Are you finding that you've been clean now for a good while? Like, is your job easier to do clean? Or is your training easier to do clean?
No, everything's harder. Yeah, everything's harder clean. Yeah, it is. Not that it's harder. It's just like, I don't know, man. Like, the drugs for me just made it all. I thought it made it all possible. I mean, I did, dude. I don't know. I mean, life is hard, dude. Life is hard. Life's a grind, dude. Going to work, waking up, going to work, handling the kids, coming home, got to train, got to do this, got to, the fucking, the fucking, the shower's leaking downstairs. Like you gotta, dude, life is hard. And so drugs used to just like numb me from that. But, you know, it's good. I get by. I manage. I'm managing. I'm doing better than managing. So, but yeah. So life is better not getting fucked up for sure. For sure. You
And
know?
you've gone to a full straight edge lifestyle. Do I have that right? Like you don't partake in any beer anymore, nothing, or
No
like
beers. No beers. No beers. No hard drugs. No. Smoke a
so
little bit of weed, but that's it.
so in the evening time you can come down with like how do you do it for those guys out there who enjoy the beers?
Little Monsties, bro.
Shouts out.
Shotgun a couple. Yeah, that's it, man. Nah, man, I'm good, dude. I mean, dude, by the time I'm done doing everything I got to do, I'm like, I'm going to pass out anyways. And then one of my kids will wake up. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Dude, I'm never like, I'm never I'm never wound down. I'm either ramped up or I'm sleeping. Like, dude, you know?
Yeah. So just for context for those listening, you have the two children now. You have a baby and your daughter. You have two daughters, right?
Yeah, I have a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old.
And
Yeah.
and you attribute having the 4-year-old to like you really getting serious, coming clean. Tell us a little bit
Oh, yeah.
about that and your just your fathering philosophy.
Um, Fuck, dude. My kids are everything to me. Everything and my whole life revolves around them, and giving them just a great life, and them having fun, and them knowing what kindness is, what love is, and teach them about God, and just teach them to be good. And above all else, I said, if I can just show her and tell her to do the next right thing, and as she gets older, that is just so, and it's so easy. It's so easy. It's easy said. And then once you practice it, dude, doing the right thing, it starts to get easier and easier, and just being a good person. And, and it's tough when you're not in a good place in your life, dude. It's hard to do the right thing and to be kind and to be loving. And I'm just trying to show her and tell her, listen, because she's gonna be wild. She's like me. She's got my brain. She's gonna be wild, and I just want her to just know, man, she's loved. She can come to me and just be good. Just be good, So I'm trying, man. I really am trying, and God knows I'm trying. I'm trying to do the right thing. I'm trying to do the next right thing. Always, you know.
You mentioned God. How does God play a role in your life these days?
I mean, I've always had a real close connection with God, always, even through it all. That's why I have what I have after I've done what I've done. I've always tried. I don't talk about God. I don't talk about money. Those are like the two things that I think are really personal. So like I don't touch too much on that. I'm religious, you know. I was born and raised Catholic. Yeah, so I try to do the right thing. I have a pretty close connection with God. Pretty close connection, closer than people would even believe. So,
and they call you Irish. They call you the Irish. How did you get that nickname?
dude, I don't even know, man. One of my dad's old partners used to like break my balls, like, the Irish bad boy, and like I hated it, and it stuck. I don't even like that. I don't even like the nickname. Never liked it. I don't even want a nickname, you know. But whatever. I'm like more Italian than I am Irish. You know what I'm saying, dude? Like I just had them an Irish name. Yeah, no, it's like
Yeah.
there's no context to it. If I could ditch it, I would ditch it today. You know?
Tell the announcers at Bellator next time, right?
Yeah, I could tell them. I could just be like, dude, I'm all done with that. I think I did. I think my very first fight back, I didn't come out to Irish Brennan Ward. I don't think I did. And then it came back. And then all of a sudden, like 2 fights, I'm like, Irish Brennan Ward. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I lost that shit.
All right. Well, everyone heard it here first. No more Irish. What's Brennan listening to? What's on your playlist these days?
Well, man, I listen to like a wintry mix, dude. I listen to some punk rock, a little bit of hardcore, a little bit of reggae, a little bit of rap, anything but country. Really, I don't like not a lot of poppy shit. I don't listen to like the radio. Not much pop, not much no country, no pop, a lot of rock, a lot of punk, a lot of rap. Yep. Rap, rock.
You're from the Northeast. I'm from DC originally. I'm a hardcore punk fan. What's is Earth Crisis in that list?
No, not much Earth Crisis. No, you might like some Bad Brains, right?
Yeah, love some Bad Brains. Yeah, and Minor Threat. Yep.
Yeah, I like Minor Threat. Yep, like Minor Threat.
You like No Effects?
No, I mean I'll listen to them. I think like I kind of like some West Coast. I was like kind of into Pennywise, shit like that. Like some West Coast shit. I definitely like Bad Brains. Because I like reggae too. You know, they got a great flow, dude. It's a great. I love those guys. And then I'll go through phases. I'll listen to a lot of rap music. You know, like guys like Apathy and Vinny Paz. You know, some old Wu-Tang and shit. And then then anything like sometimes like I'll be feeling like real thugged out. So like I'll have like some Pooh Shiesty on. You know what I mean? Like it gets you hyped up. You know, but so. A mix, anything but country, really.
Yeah, I can see that. You definitely have the swag factor happening. Before I let you go, what do you have to say out there to people who are struggling with addiction, who are in the throes of pain, or maybe their family members are watching someone who is? What's the road out looking like?
The road out, it's a long, shitty road. And you gotta just be. It's never easy. It's never easy. And I mean, I can only speak personally. Like for me, why I got clean and relapsed, clean so many times. I could never get past like the 2 months because that depression lingers. The depression just fucking lingers and lingers and lingers, and you're like, it's never gonna get better. You like have it in your head. I used to have it in my head. I'm like, dude, I'm never going to have my old energy back. I'm never going to have my old, I'm never going to get it back. I'm stuck, miserable and tired forever. And it's not the case, dude. It comes back. It does. It takes a long time. It's like a year. You got to say yo, you're going to not be yourself for a year. And it's like a year's, it's a long time. It sounds like it's a long time, but that time's going to go by anyways. So you gotta just be okay with feeling shitty for a year. So try to line yourself up. All right. So I convinced a kid to go to detox last week or this weekend. I had a kid go to detox. A kid I used to not even get along with. I hated this kid. Couldn't fucking stand him. But he hits me up and he's like, "Hey man, I'm struggling." I'm like, "All right, dude." I told him, I'm like, "Yo, get rid of that fucking apartment, drop your car and your dog and your cat off at your parents' house, and go to fucking. You got no kids, go. And he's in detox right now. He's getting it done, and so it's just, man, line yourself up so you can have the best shitty feeling life for a year. Like, get yourself a job that you don't have to break your balls. Like, dude, and then just do it and deal with a shitty year. Like, we did this to ourselves. Now you're gonna feel shitty for a year. You know, hey, you just gotta do it. If you want to do it, you'll do it. And that's the other thing. When people aren't ready, they're not ready. You're not ready. So
do they have to
only
hit,
you know?
Do they have to hit the rock bottom to feel the ready?
No, I don't know. Everyone's rock bottom is different, man. Everyone's rock bottom is different. You know, you gotta lose stuff that you love. You'll start to lose stuff that you really love. Not your fucking truck, you know, not your fucking apartment, not your, you know what I'm saying, not your fucking, not your KLX 110. I'm talking like when you're gonna lose your family. Maybe that was my rock bottom. I was about to lose my family. I was like, no, man. I lost all the Harleys, dude. I had fucking 3 Harleys in my basement. I had cars, trucks, turbo. I had everything. I lost it all, dude. I lost everything. I didn't care about none of that shit. What? This Harley, dude, 2,500. They're like, what's wrong with it? I'm like, nothing. I need a bag. Like, that's what. You know it, G. You know it.
Yeah, you're true champion. You got only a few minutes, I understand. What do we have? 15 minutes?
Yeah, 15 we could do, yeah.
Sick. Okay, so I really want to get this one question. What's your most memorable? Just like you're on your deathbed, you're like, that surf session I had back then was the sickest shit. What was that surf session?
Probably. Let's see. Probably the first time I surfed on the backside of Block Island. I was probably like 18. Yeah, I was probably 18, and we're doing this roof, right? Me and my boy Zach Mayo, and we're working for my boy Miles' dad, Mr. Washburn. So we're on this roof and we're doing what we're doing our thing. And Mr. Washburn pulls up and he's like, "Yo, it's huge on the backside of the block. Let's go." We jump in his boat. He's got the tuna boat. When we anchored around the backside of block, I could feel like the ground swell, like being out there, you know, like we're getting all our shit ready, and all of a sudden the boat would just doof, like them. They were pushing, and I don't know. Are you familiar with Block Island at all?
No. Tell me where it is. Where is this?
So yeah. So Block Island, it's an island off of Rhode Island, and on the backside there, you know, up against the bluffs, there's some nasty big point breaks, you know, when it gets big, you know, so like kind of like any big point break on the East Coast, you know, rocky, you know, so they're kind of slow, but when they're big, like for me, if I'm gonna serve a point break, it's got to be really big, you know, I can't deal with like the mushy slowness of those. But anyways, so we're sitting out, and the water was so green. And you could see like these giant boulders, like fucking 10, 15 feet down. And it was just us three, me, Zach, Mr. Wash. And, you know, it was wild. It felt like I was nowhere near home, you know, and we were a freaking 20-minute boat ride off the, you know, as soon as you leave Point Judith there. And, yeah, it was sick, man. I caught a couple bombs, real big, reel's kind of scary out there. A lot of sharks out there. You know, it was just one of those sessions where, like, so much emotion was going. I was like nervous and excited and kind of like and you had to sit where we were sitting was right on top of these boulders. So like, you know, as the wave would start sucking up, you know how it is when you're surfing a point with them boulders, it's pulling and it's getting shallow and just these massive, you know, the size of VW bug boulders on the face, and I'm pumping backside and I'm like, oh, like trying to make these sections. It was good. That's probably my most memorable. You know,
so what are you riding in that situation back then? We're talking, I guess, you know, 15 years ago.
Oh, I was riding a piece of shit. I used to I still do. I ride whatever, like whatever I have on hand. If I don't have a board with me, I'll ride anybody's shit. I'm not I've always been like so firm that like it's not the board, it's the surfer. Like I'll surf any board in any conditions, you know. And I think that day I was on a some weird. It's like a seven. It was like a 7.6. It was like a 7.6, like mini. Oh, you know what it was? It was a kid's long. It was like a board. It was a longboard shape for like a little kid. You know, so narrow, a little bit of rocker. It was fast because it was super narrow, and that's just what I brought out there because it was big. You know, so almost using it like a gun. You wouldn't need a gun. Like some top dogs probably be out there on a little potato chip and rip this, but for me, it was fun. It was a fun little board.
Does your philosophy on boards go across the board sports? Like, does it matter about the skateboard? Does it matter about the snowboard?
Uh, Snowboarding, anything firm. I don't like a lot of flex in my board. Like the board I was riding the other day was super flexy, like a noodle. I don't really like that. So anything that's rigid and I am particular about my skateboards though. Yeah, I need a certain size, certain shit. You know, I need my shit. I
What's
think
your
I ride
skateboard?
like an 875, 875. You know, pretty wide. You know,
And what's your
but
philosophy
what?
with your
Yeah.
skateboarding?
What do you like as far as what?
Like are you like a street? You like ramps? What's your game?
Dude, like a little bit of everything. I try to like be as well rounded as I can. I'm not a great like skateboarding is probably like my worst of the three of surfing, snowboarding, and skateboarding. I'd say I'm probably the worst at skateboarding. But I love it, and you know I say I'm the worst. So I could like if no one's if you never skateboard and you watch me skate the park, you probably be like, oh, that fucking dude's pretty good, you know. But it's like for my standards, I'm not where I would like to be. I like to be able to flow and just kind of, you know, especially as of late, snowboarding, skateboarding, surfing. I'm trying to like work on my flow and like my even like MMA. I've been trying to be more like fluid. You know, I was training last night with my boy and my boy Ross Levine. He's the combat karate world champ. Doc Turbo, I call him. Um, he's so smooth, man. So anything smooth. I've been trying to be more smooth lately, more fluid, skating, just trying to like flow more, keep my arms a little more relaxed, you know. So
Yeah, dude. I was in the pool and I was thinking about my questions for you, and flow and the flow mindset was at the top of it. I'm glad you brought that up. How do you achieve that in your day to day in your sports? What's your how does your mind get to the flow state? And before you go there, like when I watch your fighting, like the ones where you win, you seem like you're so in the flow. You know exactly what that next move is going to be, and it shows. But the ones where you're like where it didn't work out, like the decision wasn't there proper. And I think that
yeah,
might go across to your board sports too. Speak to the concept of
yeah.
flow for us.
The flow, like I'm a huge mental guy. So I got to be in the right state of mind. You know, when everything's clicking and I do get into that flow, it's almost like the opposite of what you said. Like when I'm flowing, like in MMA, dude, I don't know what's next, but I know my athletic abilities and like my not even skills, like my instincts, dude, my instincts guide me. You know, I'm a really instinctual person, and I just do what I try to just let go and just do what is gonna come natural to me because I can do anything out like in the I'm speaking about the cage right now. Like there's no like technique that like I can't do. So if I'm in a situation and I'm like relaxed and I am flowing, dude, shit's gonna come out that you didn't know I could do. Like when I knocked out the dude last year, you know, Sabah Hamasi, dude, we were up for fight of the year in 2023, dude. We were both just throwing and trying to kill each other, and you didn't have to. I don't have to think about it. Like when I knocked him out with a head kick or dropped him with a head kick, I wasn't planning on throwing that. I was planning on throwing a knee. So like I'm coming up with the knee, but he was too far away. So I just like extended my leg. You know, and I never practiced that, but I'm an athlete, so that just is what happens. You know, and yeah. So kind of being as comfortable enough to let your skills come out. And I'm not. I would say like probably surf. I could relate to that more in surfing because you don't know what's coming like that way, especially surfing a beach break and it's a real crashy, dumpy beach break. You know, you don't know what section's gonna do what. You could be pumping. This whole thing's gonna, this whole thing's going to crash on you, or it could make it past the sandbar section, and now you got a nice gradual shoulder again. Now you can pump across that shoulder, pump and find another steep section. So I guess like kind of going with the flow would be like a surfing thing. Where the skate park, you pick your line and do it,
And how do you find the flow in a practice session?
Having good partners, having guys you're comfortable with, having guys that you don't, that like say you're learning something new. And all right, like I don't like not being good at stuff. So I don't necessarily like doing a lot of new techniques because I don't like the learning curve. I don't like the process of not being good at it for a while until you get good at it with practice. I want to be good now. And it's crazy, dude. I'm starting to see that in my 4-year-old already. If she can't do something right away, she has like a meltdown. So I'm trying to figure how I'm gonna deal with that with her, but that's another podcast.
Yeah, bro. Like I've got a 9-year-old, and he's a boy, and the same thing. If he can't do it immediately, it's like the world's over. I'm like, bro, you just learned how to throw a football. Like you gotta take your time on this.
Dude, and listen, man, I think long and hard about that. I really do. Because like my whole mission right now in life is to set my kids up. Not like, I need to leave my kids millions. I want my kids to just be versed and know how to deal with situations and like see every situation and know how to handle a situation. And so going back to like your son and my daughter who have like the little meltdown when they can't do something, dude, I see the positive in that. That means they want to be good. Dude, little Joey from down the block, he's out in the soccer field. Like he's picking dandelions and he's having a great old time. He don't care how good he is. Dude, my daughter wants to be good. Your son wants to be good. So if we can channel that and try to deal with the meltdowns and try to deter those meltdowns from coming without being too like in their face. Like, hey, when you feel like this, Kova, you gotta not blah blah I gotta try to enter it very peacefully and like maybe remove her if I have to. And that's what I've been doing. I've been removing her from those situations. Maybe not the best thing to do, but I don't want her to get overwhelmed by those emotions right now. That's the point.
And on that note, how valuable to a person is losing and the losing part of life? Do you believe that that's a must?
I mean, maybe for certain people you have. Maybe for certain people, I mean, everybody's gonna lose at some point. Everyone. It's a part of it. Everyone's gonna lose at some point.
How have you been able to handle your losses?
Oh, I just don't. I'm kind of different, man. I'm kind of different. I handle things a lot differently. Just got to move my car so I can break out the forklift. No, I don't know, dude. I used to not care. The only reasons like I really cared about losing a lot is because I was so afraid about like how people like judging me and how I would look to everybody, and like I'd be like embarrassed if I lost, not like for my own shit, especially if like I didn't train hard or dude, I feel like I've never lost to somebody. I've never lost to someone that was truly better than me in every facet. I'm talking like any loss I have, dude. I feel like maybe Shlomenko at the time when I lost for the title, he had too much. He might have too much for me. Yeah, can I out wrestle him? Yeah, but he had a little too much for me. But besides that, dude, nobody really. I never really thought I could. Yeah. I'm just moving so I can get the forklift. Yeah. What am I on top of? Hold on. I think I'm on top of something. Am I on top of the drill steel? I'm over in the yard just running stuff over. Are you sure? Am I on a chain? Yeah. Oh, what is that? Yeah. Hey, this is my boss.
I lost you. I think you're in the car. Brennan. Woo.
Yo.
All right, you're back.
Yeah, I'm back. I had to.
Yeah.
I was on top of a pick and chain, big old chain, a big old block of concrete, in my little teeny Volkswagen Golf, bro. You know, swag.
So swag.
The swagged out Golf, dude. The dad mobile.
And I got to ask you a training question before you leave. You're 35. Recovery as I also age is like a must. Like how do you view recovery and training, and where in your training is your cardio? And what are you doing?
Dude, I don't even like hearing that number from you, dude. 35. Like when did I turn 35?
Hey, 35 is like the freaking mountain. I'm 42. When I was 35, I was a Ferrari.
Yeah. Did you feel that you were still? Did you feel like you were slipping at all at 35?
I was, bro. Here's my game. Okay, I'm a cardio athlete, like a swimmer, runner, biker.
I see all your stuff.
I was running these lifeguard comps and just crushing collegiate swimmers at 35.
Really? All right.
Like that was my deal. Like, and I did that for 10 years solid. And it wasn't until like 41 where I started being like, whoa, I'm starting to feel like this age thing these older dudes were talking about. So like when you say that you're going to be champion in 2 years, I heard that interview like back when a couple months ago, like there's not a doubt in my brain that you can't do that. Like you can do that. You are, because you got the smarts.
Dude, which is scary to me. It really is. Like, I don't know. It's wild. It really is wild, man. You know, I don't know. So anyways.
Well, I gotta forget about the age.
For me, I don't think it's my age yet. I don't think it's my age. I think it's just injuries. You know, and I guess like with age comes injuries, or whatever they say. But like, as far as like my speed, dude, like I'm still fast. I'm still strong. Like I'm not as big as I was when I was a kid, like in my 20s, you know, like I'm also leaner now that I'm older. You know what I'm saying? Like I was never as vascular. Like, all right, so right now, you know, and I do watch what I eat, man. Like not crazy, but like I'm not crushing fast food every day. Well, I had McDonald's actually, dude. I've been eating fucking McDonald's, but I usually don't eat McDonald's and shit like that. And I try to walk around like 185, 186, and like I was never this lean when I was younger, but I was bigger. But dude, just the injuries, man. The fucking injuries are what I think can be like mistaken for age, you know?
Do you have a doctor you work with?
No, I don't. I don't do anything right.
Well, bro, check this out. So I'm prepared for this interview, and I got a doctor friend here locally. He's got 10 years on me. He's an expert surgeon, and he's like, dude, you're interviewing Brennan Ward, and I was like, yeah. He's like, see if I could be his official doctor, and I was like, I'll pitch it to him. So I'm gonna send you his email, and you can make the decision. But this guy like does like the thing where you stick, he spins your DNA, then he sticks it back into you, so you heal faster.
Dude, people been telling me to do that. And yo, here's the thing, man. Like the world that I'm in, like yo, I'm not tied into the traditional pro fighters who just fight. So they got their doctors, their nutrition, they got their shit dialed. I'm like a different kind of guy. I don't know anything about the new medical stuff. I don't know anything like about that stuff. I just do. Yo, I don't go to doctors. Like my elbow, I had to get an MRI on it, torn bicep, torn UCL. I'm like, all right. So I go to Doc Turbo. You know, he's a doctor of chiropractic, Ross Levine. And he's like, yeah, dude, we got to rehab it. And he's like, did they say you should get surgery? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't follow up on anything. And I'm fucking busy, man. You got to work, dog, you know?
So do you aspire to do that if you want that title, or are you just going to do it the same way you've always done it?
Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm day to day. Some days I want to like be the champ, and some days I want to like, you know, I'm going to Winter X Games this weekend. I want to, you know, hang out with the guys on Monster, dude, and go snowboarding and like, and you know, do some training and have fun with this whole thing. Like it's fun for me. to be on Monster, dude. It's fun for me to go out to the X Games and hang out with, because those are the sports I like. The snowboarding, the skiing, dude. I love those events. You know, I'm not gonna go to a UFC fight I'll go to Bellator fights because I support the boys, my colleagues, if you will. But like, man, I love like what I'm kind of doing right now, like doing some stuff, you know, with the snowboarding, with the skateboarding, with the surfing, with the fighting. You know, it's funner for me, dude. Just being locked into the training mode all the time, dude. It's not fun for me. I just don't like it. And like with the Storley fight, man, I wasn't into it the whole time I was training. I told you yesterday, even before I got hurt, I still wasn't into it. I wasn't going up and training with the guys I should have been training with. You know, I had the new baby, so like I try not to use that as an excuse, but it's hard when you have a new child.
Number two is another game. It's like having 10 other kids. It's so
dude,
hard.
It's wild.
So you got
it,
yeah. Tell me.
No, that's pretty much it right there. So
yeah, like the Winter X Games. Where are you going? Are you stoked? Like what's the happenings?
Yeah, man. I had mentioned, you know, to the guys that, you know, like my dad and some of my other buddies I talked to, I said, if I'm not fighting in February, I said, I'm going out to Winter X no matter what. I was like, I'm pulling up. Because I love that shit, you know, and I've been just jamming work and jamming dad duty and trying to train and fix his fucking elbow. And I told my wife, I said, yo, I'm going to go out there for a little bit and see these X Games. And I was going no matter what. And then I got in touch with my boys at Monster, and they're like, dude, come through. And my boy Hans and my boy Cody and Stu, these dudes set me up out there. And it's going to be dope, man. It's going to be dope. Get some runs in. It's in Aspen, Buttermilk in Aspen.
So sick. Are you going to be posted up on the Instagram? Because I love watching your stories, dude.
Oh, yeah.
You got a very, very unique way of presenting your material. And do you have a philosophy behind your social media work, or are you just post that shit up?
No, dude, I just try to be real. I just try to do like what I think. I don't know, man. Like I go through like spurts of it, you know, like I'll be real active on social media for a couple of weeks. Then I'll be like not feeling it. And when I'm feeling it, I'll just like make funny videos. You know, like yesterday at work, I thought that, so I'm driving that dump, this truck right here with the most rigid suspension you ever seen. And I'm just like, it's Monday morning. I'm going down this bumpy ass road. Like I just throw shit like that up. And I get like the reactions I get from videos like that. And dudes are like, you got to make more videos. You got to make more videos. But it's tough. And plus, like, my camera's broken. Only my front camera works. So I got to get a new phone. We'll see what's up, man. But I do like making funny videos.
I love your work videos because they bring me to a world that I don't know about. And they're awesome. Like that one this morning where you eat the booger. Dude, that was
oh, yeah.
to the moon, bro.
Yo, I took that down. My boy's like, take that down, dude. Take that shit down.
No, dog. I'm bummed. Bummer. No, yeah, but like you welding, that was sick. Like, because it shows the real you, and that's what we want to see out there from the people.
Yo, and you know what else, dude? Before I go, I got like
you gotta go. You gotta go.
Yeah, but like the other thing with the content, maybe give me some advice on this. Like I think too much sometimes about like what I'm gonna post. I'm like, oh, like am I doing too much work stuff, or like, you know, like I don't want people to. I don't know. I think too deep about what people are gonna think about the videos. You know what I'm saying? Rather than just like posting like whatever, you know. And like I'll be doing something funny at work, and I'll be like, oh, you know what? I posted a work video yesterday, so I shouldn't post another one today. You know what I mean?
More, because people can decide not to watch it, and you, like I used to do that too, hyper psychoanalyzing like what I'm putting out there. It's like, nah, you have this crazy thing in your hand that can capture it, and you just roll it, and you put it out there, and you kind of have a motif. Yeah, because I want to see more Brennan Ward doing whatever, dude. Like that snowboarding clips from the weekend, that was sick. Like on your trip going forward, like I want to see everything. So just keep posting. And last question before you go.
You know what?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. What were you going to say before I go deep? What were you going to say?
Before I go out to X, I'm going to go because I've been trying to get a new phone for like weeks now. I just haven't had the time. I'm going to go tomorrow and I'm gonna get a new phone so I can use and I'll get some sick videos at Winter X. I'll get some sick shit.
Get the 15, because the 15 has insane. I don't know what you're working with now. The 15 has insane cameras.
Yeah.
Like, I got cameras over here, but I'm only really using my phone because it's better than all these cameras I have. But yeah, here's the last question. What's the meaning of life according to Brennan Ward?
Dude, the meaning of life, that, you know, this all came with being a dad. This is all new. I'm not up here preaching gospel to people. Dude, what works for me and I'm the happiest is when I'm just trying to do the next right thing. I'm trying to do, whether that's in the eyes of God for you or in the eyes of your family, whatever. You know, be true to who you are, whatever motivates you, whatever. Dude, just try to do the next right thing. Just be a good person, be kind, be loving, show people love. If people need help people. Just be a good person. And then good things happen when you're being good. You know? One of the most important people in my life. I don't talk to, we fell out of touch, some shit went down. Still got so much love for this dude, my boy Brandon Muse. He used to just say, be good. Just be good. Just be good. And that was it. That's all he had to say. Because I knew what he broke it all down and it clicked. And just be good. That's it, man. Just be good. That's all. That's it.
Brennan Ward, I can't thank you enough for joining us in these times, man. You've really brought a level of knowledge to us all on a super deep level that only you can deliver. And I really appreciate that. And the people appreciate that. And we wish you the best of luck. And we cannot wait to see you achieve these goals with your life and your family, and keep up the really great work, because you're crushing it.
Hell yeah. You know it, brother. Dude, it's been a pleasure, man. And if you want to get another one of these in, you know, after the X Games, whatever, man, I'll pop on. Hey, we'll do it on like a weekend, bro, where I can really sit down and we can get nasty, dude, uninterrupted, you know?
I would love that. I would love that. And go super deep. But safe travels, have fun out there, and we'll catch you in the future for a part 2.
For sure, bro. For sure. Thanks for having me, man. I'll talk to you soon.